Going on, you guys? So today I'm bringing guys a brand new sports cards video. In today's video I will be showing you guys 5 sports cards that are absolutely on fire. As we know, the NBA preseason has just started and there's already a handful of names that have had quite big games and shown us a lot. Obviously it is still preseason, but the market is still reacting quite severely to players having good games, which is definitely, it's similar to what happened in the bubble. One big game was really, making someone's prices really go up, which is going to be very interesting to see throughout the season what happens when players have big games, because a lot of players will have some insane games. Obviously, there are no fans. It's a little bit different of, an environment, especially with no fans. But before we get into that, I do want to say, as you guys know, I have my Sports Card Invest membership program where I basically show you guys every single week 10 cards I believe will go up, some cards I believe will go down, and then 3 long-term underground NBA investments. Now, just a few weeks ago, we are buying up all of these LeBron James 2012 first year select in a PSA 9 for under $100, and the PSA 10's around $400. Recently, they've obviously taken a big jump. The PSA 9s are selling roughly $200. I know some are falling a little bit short, but, they're selling for roughly $200. I've seen some PSA 10s sell for around $700. So we've made quite a lot of money off of this pick, in a few weeks. As you guys know, we're having our winter sale right now, so you can use code WINTER2020 to get you 15% off if you would like to join in on the profit and make some money with us during this NBA season. Obviously, there's a ton of money to be made this season. The sports card market is back up and running. It's doing very well again, which is definitely very exciting. So many opportunities. We've made a lot of money recently by buying cards, of obviously players that have not... So say a player's prices go up, the Prism PSA 10 goes up, yet a lot of their other cards lag in price. For example, the Prism PSA 9 may not adjust and go up for another 2 days. The Optic may not go up for a week. So when a player's PSA 10 Prism goes up in price, we always go to their Optic, their Select, and sure enough, a few days later, they will follow the same growth as the Prism PSA 10. So we made a lot of money using that strategy. Obviously, staying on top of trends. We've been able to predict 2012 Prism before that started to take off back around 5 months ago. So definitely, if you guys want to make some money with us, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Use code YouTube to get you, or use code WINTER2020 to get you 15% off. Without further ado, we're going to hop right into this video. So the first card we do have that has been going up quite a lot is Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin had a very good game yesterday from when I'm recording this, 2 days ago. From when this is uploaded. So his first initial game, he had a very solid game for the Knicks. Obviously, the Knicks have an insane fan base. They have a very, very big fan base, and a lot of hype has kind of started to stir around Obi Toppin. A lot of initial comparisons to Blake Griffin. I've even seen some to Anthony Davis. However, obviously, it is still a preseason game. He did show out. He played quite well, but at the end of the day, obviously, it didn't really change my mind in a sense, but it, of course, changed the market's mind. These, I was seeing some sell for quite a lot. This is a purple ice right here at $45 out of $149, of course. This is a Panini Draft Picks, though, something you definitely got to keep in mind. It's not the real product. The real Prism will release on March 3rd, so... still seeing some quite big increases in prices for Obi Toppin. On Facebook groups, Obi Toppin has been flying out the roof. Everybody is posting an Obi Toppin Panini Draft Picks. It's selling right away. So there's certainly quite a lot of demand building up for Obi Toppin, which is quite good to see. Obviously, this year's rookie class is a little bit questionable. Obviously there's no clear star. So it's definitely very good to see some rookies step up, such as Obi Toppin. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, which is John Wall's 2012 Prism. As you guys know, John Wall, he had a very big game, and his prices have gone up quite a lot. I mean, this was a $2 2012 Prism, just a few weeks back as well. Obviously, it had a little bit of a trend up, so a PSA 9's, these have been all over the place, to be honest. It's very hard to put a market value on a raw card at the end of the day, just because, the condition of all of them varies quite a lot. But this was a very cheap card. Currently, they're picking up a lot of steam. On December 11th, we've had so many different John Wall 2012 Prisms and other cards sell, which is quite an incredible increase from, say a few weeks ago. So obviously John Wall, this I believe was the day of the trade, when he got traded to the Houston Rockets. So this was a very, very cheap card. He got traded to the Houston Rockets, and prices started to really bump up in price, and obviously he had a great first game. He looks like he's back to his normal self, to be honest. He's still very explosive, still has the speed, which is great to see. And also his teammate, DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins has had so many question marks around his name. Obviously DeMarcus Cousins is coming back from an injury, a horrible injury. A lot of people are questioning whether he will ever get to his usual self, and he's really lost a lot of weight. He's looking in shape, he's looking very fit, and he's, running the court, which is great to see for DeMarcus Cousins. I'm very happy for him. This was a $1 card just a few months ago. Currently, they're selling for roughly $10, which is not bad at all. Obviously this is not quite his rookie card. 2010 was his rookie season. Same with John Wall. This is not quite John Wall's rookie card, but, it's still his first year Prism, so it will pretty much be the most investable card for DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall, just because there was no Prism, no Optic, no Select in 2010. So obviously, these were dirt cheap. They're picking up right now. It's going to be very interesting to see whether if Harden stays or if he leaves, how that's going to impact DeMarcus and John Wall's prices. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is the guy we just talked about, James Harden. His cards, ever since he requested the trade to Brooklyn, they had an initial big rise in price, just because, obviously, if he went to Brooklyn, they would be a real favorite in the Eastern Conference to win the East, obviously. Kyrie, Harden, and KD would have just been incredible. It would have been insane. I'm not sure if it would work out, but it would have been just the most stacked team probably in NBA history. But obviously that trade may not be working out. Currently, the favorites to get James Harden, according to Vegas, is the Philadelphia 76ers. So regardless, he wants to join a contender, and if he joins a contender, he could have a good chance at winning a championship. Whether they win or not, that's, up to them. But at the same point, you definitely want to buy cards of players who are contenders. And James Harden's PSA 9 has been on an upward trend recently. Obviously these prices are kind of all over the place. I seen some sell for roughly $280 on Facebook groups a few weeks ago. Currently, I see them selling for close to $400. So I definitely see a big increase there. Obviously, James Harden's a player, one of the best players in the league, of course. But so many question marks around him. I honestly think if he stays in Houston, they could have a good chance with John Wall and DeMarcus Cousins, but the Western Conference is very stacked, so if chances are, Harden will probably join an Eastern Conference team, hopefully a contender, according to him, but it does depend who Houston can work out a trade with. So it's definitely very interesting stuff. I believe when the trade does go through, I believe his prices will, go up if he does, in fact, join a contender. I think if he joins the Sixers or the Nets or the Bucks or whoever else, or the Heat, whatever else he's talking to, if he joins any of those teams, his prices will definitely rise. That's quite common when a player gets traded to a contender, prices rise. But without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next guy, which is Talen Horton-Tucker. I personally believe he is not the best purchase right now because he did go up quite a lot. But in fact, for this video, we are just showing you guys cards that have gone up. Sorry, this is not loading, but we're just... Okay, there we go. So, Talen Horton-Tucker, he had a 19-point game, a very good game, got some recognition from LeBron, and all of a sudden, Laker fans are going crazy for his cards, and his cards have absolutely skyrocketed over this last day. I've never seen so many Talen Horton-Tucker cards sell in one day as yesterday. So, crazy stuff. I personally believe this will not hold up because when LeBron and Anthony Davis are back on the court, obviously they did not play last game, but when they are back on the court, that's really going to hurt into Talen Horton-Tucker's minutes, which is definitely going to be a struggle. The Lakers are a championship contender. They are going for the most experienced players on the court. to help them win. And Taylor Horton Tucker could be a part of their future, but I do not see him being a big part of the team this season. So as you guys can see right here, this card is absolutely skyrocketed. These are all sales from one day, December 12th. So, you know, obviously crazy stuff right here. I've never seen something like this, honestly. You know, this is probably the craziest thing I've seen. You know, as you guys can see, this was literally on December 11th. These were dirt cheap. Actually, I believe December 11th was the day he had the big game. So we'll go back a little bit prior to that. So around a $9 optic purple, maybe even $6. And currently they're going for close to $20. So that's quite insane. We see a Panini Mosaic Silver Prism sell for $35. Some Panini draft picks selling for $25. Just absolutely absurd. I do not see this holding up. You know, obviously, unless Taylor Horton Tucker does have a big season, who knows? He could prove us wrong, but we'll have to see. It's quite a risky investment in my mind. Just having LeBron and AD come back on the court, that's really going to minimize his minutes. But thank you guys so much for watching this video of top 5 sports cards that are on fire right now. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Once again, if you guys do want to join the program, click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Other than that, I'm out. Peace.